Time now for Media Watch, which heralds the arrival of James Creedon and his laptop. Good evening to you, Mr.
Good
Creedon.
evening, Chris.
Starting off here in France tonight, and Twitter, in France, deleting anti-Semitic tweets. Obviously, not a very nice subject, but
Right.
a bit of an issue of freedom of speech at the same time.
That's right, because I suppose there's a lot of unsavory material on the internet generally, on social media generally, but this got an awful lot of attention in the past week in France. It was a hashtag or a series of comments under the title Un bon juif, or a good Jew, with frankly anti-Semitic comments, anti-Semitic photos attached to it. And as you can see here what happened in the past, just to give you a sense of what has actually happened, right? You now try to click on some of these tweets that have been picked up by the media for, pretty extensively. This had an image attached to it. Now that's what you're getting. Sorry, this page does not exist. Now, if we were outside of France, we could probably access that material because this censorship only happens within the country in question, which is very similar to a story that was in the media yesterday in Germany. Twitter blocks Germans' access to neo-Nazi group. Now, this was the very first time yesterday in Germany, or anywhere in the world, that a series of tweets or a Twitter account was actually blocked over neo-Nazi remarks by a guy who had the Twitter handle Becerres Hanover, Hanover-based guy. Now, what you can see there is a tweet that here in Paris can actually access. Look at this regime. They gossip viciously about China and Russia, but not about them. Freedom for Germany. So a criticism of Germany for what he sees as a hypocritical stance about censorship in China and elsewhere, and actually the same thing is happening here. Twitter users in Germany can't see that tweet anymore, right? Now, back in January, this all became, what would you say, it initially surfaced as an issue because Twitter announced that this was a new series of, regulations that they were now giving themselves the option of censoring within various countries. And of course, if you go back to last year in the Arab Spring and all of that, Twitter was being hailed as, a wonderful tool for freedom of speech and to help people to be able to gather in Tahrir Square and elsewhere. And here they were bowing to various countries, or at least opening up the possibility of bowing to governments, saying, "Hey, take this down." And they following suit. So between this anti-Semitic series of tweets today in France being taken offline and that neo-Nazi Twitter handle being removed in Germany yesterday, what we're seeing this week is the very first case of Twitter censorship.
As you say, it's new on Twitter in Europe, nothing new in terms of other sites like Facebook, for example.
That's right. Let's take a look at this. This is the Tribune de Genève. It's a Swiss newspaper, and this is their Facebook page. That was disactivated or deactivated, what would you say, today for a number of hours because they put up. If I could find it, an article linking to with a photo of this. Right now, this I'm not showing you the full thing, but this is Gustave Courbet's *The Origin of the World*. It's an 1886 painting of the female anatomy. Pretty provocative, but it is art. It's in the Musée d'Orsay in Paris, and they thought, look, no, it's not art, it's pornography, so we're going to take it down and just deal with it. So the Tribune de Genève writing about that on their website. It's not the first time that actual painting has been taken off Facebook pages. One particular user in Denmark had his account taken down, suspended for one whole week, and he had to apologize for using the image to have his account reactivated. So there you go. It's a case of Facebook not appreciating the art in hand.
In terms of art, the Facebook, they also censored some New Yorker cartoons.
That's right. Now, this was only last month. It became known as Nipplegate. These were cartoons of Adam and Eve, right? And Adam and Eve were in the Garden of Eden or whatever it was, and they were a bit naked, as you would be back then. And in fact, these were the nipples that weren't any problem at all because they were Adam's. And these, I think, they were Adam's nipples down here, and these were Eve's. And so the New Yorker wanted to draw attention to how ridiculous it was that over two dots and two other dots that were more offensive, they had their Facebook page with linking to cartoons, etc., taken down.
Okay, well, before we offend our viewers, because they are deeply troubling, as you say, the Dalai Lama next.
Yes.
He's not holding back on his opinions. He doesn't give
doesn't give an F-bomb, as they say in the US media. Now, this was at Brown University in the US, and the thing is, he speaks very, very good English, has to be said, the Dalai Lama, but he was saying forget it, and it didn't quite come out as forget it, and actually the stenographer who was subtitling it, they're calling it Lama Mia in this thing here. I won't show you in detail, but let's just say it was an expletive that came up on, and everybody was very shocked. But I actually looked online. This is not the first time this has happened to the Dalai Lama. It frequently happens. And let's take a look at this video. It's from 2008 at another lecture in the US.
I think we should forget about our feeling, as our religious sort of differences, and also you see, forget. And forget forget, you see, the different races. Yeah, hello. Well, what is wrong? Oh.
So he doesn't understand why everyone finds that so funny. He's just saying, forget it. But that's not what the US ear heard. The American ear heard something a little bit more rude. And as I was saying earlier, he's normally so well behaved, isn't he? He's kind of
James
a
Creedon,
model.
that wasn't an unforgettable performance. We're going to have to leave it there. Thanks very much.